Michigan State wins in double overtime, 42-40 over Boston College. What a game, what a win at home. How are you doing, Liam? Are you surviving? I know that your voice is hanging on for basically as long as it can, but how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. My voice is a different story, but I'm feeling great. That was an incredible game. Incredible.
Yeah, no, it truly was incredible. And let's talk about like the first like 5, 6, 7 minutes because it truly felt like it was a bonkers. Like what in the world was going on? Like you get a three and out, you get a punt, then Amari Kelly fumbles on the punt return. Then you have Boston College fumbling on the one, and then we get the ball back. Amari Kelly tries to hurdle a guy. The ball goes 20 feet up in the air, goes out of bounds. Like, I
Luckily,
have never seen a start to a game like that before. It was like insane.
no, that was a. I mean, it just foreshadowed what the rest of the game was going to be like. If you ask me, I mean, the entire thing, like you said, from start to finish, it was all wild.
It truly was a classic of a game, though. Like, it's going to be a game
Oh yeah,
that MSU fans remember for a while. And we'll talk about like what this means for the program, what this means for Jonathan Smith. But what were your just first initial impressions of the game? We're less than 24 hours away from the game. So obviously, like we would have probably been going crazy last night, but it was 12:30 at night. But like
oh
now that
yeah.
you've had to settle in a little bit, what's your impression?
I I haven't settled in. Honestly, it was that good. I mean, it's been so long since a Michigan State offense has been able to just cut up through the air like that. That was so fun to watch. Childs. I mean, we talked about it in the preview. He needed to have a big game, and he absolutely did that. I mean, that's an understatement saying he had a big game. 5 touchdowns, no turnovers, 270 total yards. He looked great in the run game. Hit it. I mean, receivers were making the offense was just so awesome. The defense not good enough, but good enough to win, and that's all that mattered last night.
Yeah, and the offense did something they've done once prior to this game is outscore another team, an FBS team in the second half. Like that's not something that Jonathan Smith and this offense has ever done, and it's
Yep.
something that going into halftime, and I want to get your thoughts on this because if this game ended completely differently, if this ended up being a loss, I thought that last like 50 seconds that Brian Lindgren had in that offense was absolutely malpractice for the most part. Maybe malpractice might not be the right word for it, but I don't know about you, but I was heated heading into the halftime.
Oh, I was mad heading into half. I was there were a couple different times where I was really frustrated. Are we only talking about the first half, or can I jump to the end
Yeah, go
really
ahead.
quick? I was more upset when 27-27 we're going to score at the end of the game, and we had moved the ball. I'm trying to see right here. I've got the play-by-play. We had moved the ball to the BC 41, first and 10 with a minute 16. And I get we had gone, Childs had run for 17 yards and hit Kelly for 17 yards. And I just thought in that scenario, Lindgren, has to be a run. Just to keep the momentum going. The BC defenders were going to be gassed. It's late in the game. And the run game worked well. I mean, Frazier had, 81 yards or whatever. And
Yeah.
so then you get that first down play, you had the sack. And that's, all right, whatever. But the next, it was a sack, but a 1 yard sack. So it's second and 11. You still have the chance to run and make it third and short and or third and manageable at least, and then they take another sack if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
and now you're third and 19, and you can't do anything there. So I was upset about that, and I agree with you at the end of the first half.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a frustrating ending, and I feel like obviously we can talk about the defense. We can talk about the things that we didn't like. I thought the pass blocking wasn't good at all, to be completely honest with you. I think Aiden Childs, you mentioned the moment. He didn't have a moment. He had a game. Like, this was a full-on game from Aiden Childs. Maybe the best ever he's had at MSU.
Oh, yeah. I would say so, yeah, for sure.
And, like, he was running for his life back there several times. Like, even in the second half, he had a couple of scrambles that he just kept the chains moving over and over and over. Like, this is the Aiden Childs that I think MSU fans thought they were going to get. And he did a good job of taking care of the ball and not forcing things we saw him do last year.
Yeah, no, he did a great job of, I mean, seriously, everything we said, everything State fans have said he needed to do, he did. And, I mean, he hit Masunas. He did a great job, at least it seemed like the way the BC defense was reacting, the play fake, the play action, bootlegs were working all night. It worked for Coyne in the end zone. It worked. He was so on point. You could tell he was back there. He was confident, using his legs, but not too much. He wasn't looking on his legs to bail him out every play. He did a great job moving in the pocket. And I agree, the O-line didn't play anything crazy. But, I mean, Childs just balled out.
And I think you can say last year, you don't want to say one person specifically lost MSU the game against Boston College, but I think Aiden Childs definitely played a major factor in that. I think yesterday, Aiden Childs won MSU the game.
He did. I'd agree.
And
he did.
Nick Marsh did too.
Yeah, Nick Marsh. I mean, and there were just plays all night. The Krishan McCray one-handed catch up the right sideline. Like, it was all so awesome. It was so awesome. I haven't come down yet.
And then Jordan Hall. I know we talked about defense, how they weren't good at you. At least you mentioned it. Jordan Hall absolutely deserves credit for yesterday. Now, there was some missed coverages. There were some not great play or more blown coverages, per se. But him and Amarion Smith are two of those guys in that defense that I think absolutely deserve praise for yesterday, even if the defense as a whole wasn't good at all, per se.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're always going to have a couple guys that, I mean, Jordan Hall is just a dog.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to it. Jordan Hall's a dog. I thought Ade Willie played pretty well. Darius Snow had that big TFL. There were a couple plays, and like you said, Hall and Smith and players playing well, but it's just as a whole, it's got to be better. And you're still missing like Nakai Martinez, and that could have definitely helped shore things up. So we'll see as we move forward. But I mean I just think as a whole, the performance wasn't good enough to try to beat USC, Nebraska, Michigan, etc.
No, and having Nakai Martinez, also Malik Spencer went out for a little bit. We were at our backup safeties at one point against a Boston College team that won. I don't know how much. I think you do have to give credit to him, but I thought Dylan Lonergan looked really good. Now, I do think it was maybe a combination of MSU, again, not being able to get pressure, which I feel like is going to be a constant issue this year. But him and Lewis Bond, like those two, I don't know if I can say the word elite, but pretty good.
Oh, yeah. No, pretty good. They looked good last night. I mean, the way they were moving the ball was really scary. I mean, 390 yards. Again, it was kind of enabled by our defense, but if you're throwing for 390 yards, you're not missing a lot of throws. Like that's just the truth. When the plays that were so frustrating to be at least in the state were just the little tight end releases all night. But like we're saying, Lonergan didn't miss one of them.
No.
I mean, the tight end, there was one on the Michigan State sideline where they actually dropped it, but it wasn't like a bad pass. I mean, everything was on the money all night.
Yeah, and Jordan Hall was actually in coverage for that one, I believe, too. That
was he?
Was dropped. Yeah, I believe it was Jordan Hall that was actually in coverage from that. But yeah, the tight end releases were a little frustrating. I thought overall the run defense was pretty good for
Yeah.
MSU. It
Oh yeah.
wasn't like great, but I thought overall it was pretty good. I don't know how much that goes with our run defense and also Boston College because they struggled in the first game. They struggled in this
Against
game.
Florida.
Yeah, yeah. That they might have to depend on long again to throw for 390 yards every single game if they want to win quite a few games.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we talked a little bit about the game overall. We talked Nick Marsh. I really want to kind of go into Nick Marsh a little bit, though, because after the game, it was basically said Nick Marsh told, like Jonathan Smith told the team, he's like, give me the ball. What are your thoughts on that quote? Obviously, you love that quote if you're a Michigan State fan. Was there a little bit of a concern regarding that "get me the ball" quote? Because shouldn't that be like, let's get him the ball like 10, 15 times a game? Like, that should be known. Like, just get him the ball.
Yeah. I mean, I think I like what you just said. He shouldn't have to come back to the huddle and say that. Man, I love that he did, but I think you make a great point. I mean, that should be obvious. It's like I don't know. There's a reason you see guys in the star receivers in the NFL so consistently get 10 or more targets. I mean, Nick Marsh should be getting 10 targets every game.
Yeah.
Without debate. I mean, like we always knew he could be great in the big play, make a big play down the field, like on his second touchdown. But how about his first? I mean, his first touchdown. If he can do that underneath, if he can catch the ball, break a tackle, make a guy miss, and then run through and like, he needs to be getting the ball way more than 5 receptions. Because 5 receptions, he managed to get 68 yards and 2 touchdowns and completely beat the Boston College defense multiple times. So, yeah, I love what you just said right there.
Yeah, that was a grown man touchdown I've ever seen one. 3rd and 11 in the red zone. He just carries 2 defenders to a touchdown to start the game. Like, MSU needed that at that point, especially after how the game started. But, dude, like, that was one of those moments. Like, I think every MSU fan, and this was a huge conversation in the offseason, like the frustration for like the national media love, the Big Ten media love that he didn't get. If anyone watched that game, there better be apologies for Nick Marsh because this man is.
Yeah, he's not on the Bilenikoff list, right?
Yeah, no, at least he wasn't for the preseason one, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But it's just
interesting.
Crazy though, like that deep ball to Nick Marsh from Aiden Childs might have been the best.
Oh, it was so pretty.
I've seen from Aiden Childs.
You knew he was open. Like that was a great. I don't know. Just everything about the pass game, Marsh. The way he just looks running after, like you see that ball go up in the air, and most years as a Michigan State fan, it's like, it's incomplete. Yeah, it's like, you see Marsh getting under it, you're like, oh, it's caught. This is a touchdown. Like, he just gives you a sense of like confidence, I guess, when the ball's in the air, and that's, if it gives me confidence, I can only imagine how Aiden feels watching him run under a ball. So
it's almost like just throw it up to him.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to lead him. Just like the whole, like, Jane Reed, like, he's down there somewhere. Just
exactly.
Do that to Nick Marsh.
Exactly. And the thing is, the DBs on Marsh are always going to be so concerned with his jump ball ability that I feel like he's going to be able, because, like, the way he kind of separated himself at the end of that route last night, like, when he was at the goal line, I feel like they were kind of in lockstep, and then all of a sudden he's like 2 yards past the guy making a wide open catch. So I'm excited to keep watching this offense.
Yeah, no, and hopefully they obviously continue that momentum going into the next game. We'll definitely preview the next game, but I want to get into, before we kind of end the podcast, 2 quick things, because obviously this game was won in double overtime. The ending of the first regulation before overtime happened. You talked about how there's frustration there. Going into overtime and double overtime, how comfortable were you going into that. Did you think MSU was going to win the game?
Oh, I thought
Or
we
was
had no
there zero
chance.
confidence?
I thought we had no chance. I thought the game
Agreed.
was over. I completely thought. I'm sitting up there in my seats in section 109. I thought it was so over. I mean, when they tied it up with the field goal, I was like, all right, we're going to go get the field goal. And then, like I said, that weird play calling, or not weird, just not what I would have done. And I'm not an OC, and I never will claim to be, but the back up at the end of the half, and then we score. I thought Bill O'Brien and Boston College 100% should have gone for two in the first overtime, the way their offense was moving. So, I don't know. I mean, and then, yeah, once, I mean, the defense in overtime was just scary.
Great play by Marion Smith in that second overtime, though.
In the 2-point conversion?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I honestly haven't gone back and looked. Do you know if that was a designed rollout, or do we kind of flush him out there? Because Lonergan was rolling hard deep and to his right.
I think it was because we forced them.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought.
It was like the one time where we actually got pressure. Like all night, I was just keep asking, like, someone win your one-on-one. Please just win your one-on-one. And they didn't do that all night, but
No.
that one.
Yeah, so, yeah, that was a good, that's, they knew they had to stand up. So once that happened, I was like, okay, we've got a chance now, because it's like, I had faith we were going to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy we got the win out of the way before having to go to the 2-point conversion, new OT, whatever, so.
And what a play design by Brian Lindgren on that 2-point conversion.
Oh.
And also, Amari Kelly redeems himself for his game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said earlier, I think I said this earlier, that like, play action boot action was working all night, and Childs was doing a great job selling it in the gut, rolling out, not letting the rollout, like, speed up his clock. Like, you could tell he was poised with the ball, waiting for Kelly, flip it, perfect pass, good catch, ball game. That was electric. That was electric.
Exciting game, obviously exciting win. But before we wrap up here with kind of just how big this win was for MSU in the program, because the Lions start in like 5 minutes, so I want to wrap up here shortly. But you do have to give credit to Martin Connington. I thought he was
yeah, we do. And Ryan Eckley, both the punter and the kicker. Ryan Eckley, I mean, oh my goodness. He's getting more love than Connington, but what Connington did, that is nails. That is absolutely nails. I was hyped after that. I was hyped after everything all night. Clearly, that's why I sound like a horse. But no, the whole thing was so good. Everything except a little scare on the defense and the pass game. But yeah, like you said, even the run D, it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, just a great game. Ryan Eckley, I saw a highlight for him for punter. It was like, I think 57 seconds. I need to see if I can find that and send that to you if you haven't seen that.
Yeah.
How big of a win is this for MSU and its
Oh
program?
my God. Well, it's huge. You couldn't have lost that game. It would have been brutal to lose. The way they would have lost it would have been brutal. And I think Childs said that's a game. Was it Childs? Someone said that's a game they would find a way to lose in the past. I don't know if it was Aiden or someone on the defense, but
it was someone on the team.
But it's so true. I mean, that's a game that you've gotten since 21 or even since like 17. You've got used to losing those games at MSU, and if you can get back to winning those games, I mean, you beat Youngstown next week. I'm sorry, Youngstown State, but you're gonna lose. Yeah. And you never, all of a sudden, like, all you were asking for as a Michigan State fan to start the year was to go 3-0, and then just make something happen. You got to beat one. Like, if you beat either USC or Nebraska, you're 4-1 coming home for UCLA, who they don't look good. All of a sudden, you could go from having no hype and a win total at 5.5 to pretty quickly being 5-1. if you could make some magic happen. And with this offense, you never know. You just got to shore up the defense a little bit. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then you could be talking 5, 6 wins before that team down the road comes
Yeah,
to East Lansing.
get them in here. They didn't look good. They looked. I mean, I've already seen some of their fans complaining about Sharon. He's never going to win big games or whatever. So we'll see. I mean, they beat Ohio State, but we'll see. We'll see,
Yeah,
man. It's an exciting time,
yeah,
and that's why it was such a big win, in my opinion, because you got to keep the fan base engaged for more than 1 week every year. You know, like
oh,
you can't.
absolutely.
So, yeah, huge win. It can't be overstated how big it was.
Yeah, no, completely agree with you on that. We'll preview Youngstown State coming up. Hopefully, your voice will be a little bit better
Hopefully.
at that point. Should be a little bit less
Yep.
of concern regarding there. Hopefully, your voice will be back by the time we do a recap there. But no, what a game, what a win. If you're listening to this right before and hopefully after a Lions win tonight, so really appreciate you jumping on. Hope your voice starts to get a little bit better there.
Yep, it will.
You know,
Thanks for having me. Let's do it.
yeah, no, absolutely. And that is a wrap to episode number 484. Thank you again to Liam, and thank you for everyone tuning in. And tune in to the next episode.